this and that, giving it up to God and then taking it back. Just release it and let it go. You don't even have to think about it no more. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Release and let it go. You look like the weight of the world's on your back. Just take a deep breath and cut yourself some slack. All that drama ain't good, that's for sure. You don't even have to row upstream no more. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Relax and just let go. Shine, the river's gonna flow, tide's gonna rise without your say-so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. You don't plant a seed, then dig it up to see if it's growing. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Release and just let go. Get out of the way. Relax and let it go.
Right. Yes, yes, yes. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I mean, and I have to say, in particular, your bass solo this week, Raphael, was magnificent. You're always great, but this week it was something else. Good morning and welcome to our spiritual community. We are here to celebrate love and light and life, and that is what this spiritual community is all about. I said it last week. I'm going to keep saying it as long as it is necessary. Church has remained open. Church has remained open. It's just the building that's closed right now, but I'm grateful that you've decided to be with us this Sunday morning in this virtual way. So here we go. Oh, you know what I want to, so I'm not doing a montage this week. What I would love for you to do is to reach out on the chat with your friends and neighbors and say hello while we sing this song for you. I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is all right. I see you dripping with abundance and ease. I see you enjoying the life you please. Playful at work and creative at play. I see you in gratitude for every day. And I say, I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is all right. I know the dreams of your heart want to fly. It's time to spread your wings and give it a try. The love you give, you know you're bound to receive. Your good can only grow the more you believe. Come on now, I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Your biggest self can't be denied. You got no place to truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is all right. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is all right. Woo, yes, yes, yes. It is a great morning, isn't it? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So good morning once again. Welcome to our beautiful Sunday morning. Again, we are a spiritual community here to teach practical tools for a better life. Whew. Yes, indeed. That feels good. You know, the fact that I can put spiritual tools to use in a practical way to make life better. That's really what drew me to this philosophy to begin with. It is my belief that we can precipitate our own spiritual evolution. So let's begin by understanding the words of our mission here at Unity of Tucson. Oh, I didn't even say that this is Unity of Tucson. Good morning. This is Unity of Tucson. As the words of our mission come up on your screen, I'm going to invite you to say this with me. Here we go. Within the principles of unity, we are a ministry of love, inspiration, learning, wholeness, acceptance, and joy that empowers all people to embrace their divine nature. I'd love to just let myself feel that for a moment. The mission is the practical way that we engage a vision. And my vision for my ministry, my approach to ministry, my vision for personal transformation is possible, it is probable, and it is our work to awaken to our magnificence. Everything we do, everything that I offer here is in service to this goal. So the tenets of this vision that I carry with me in my heart, they are simple and as easy as we decide for them to be, and they are these. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. And in remembering who we are, I know this truth about you, and it is that you are magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. Yes, and I know that you are magnificent. Always grateful to be with you on Sundays. And you are all magnificent. You are magnificent. You are magnificent. I'm going to encourage you also to step forth, and to allow yourself to acknowledge your own magnificence by exclaiming for yourself, I am magnificent. I am magnificent. And so, I'm going to allow us to relax right where we are with that notion in mind that we are the magnificence of this infinite divine power expressing right here and right now. God is expressing as each and every one of us. There is absolutely no separation. And this is how I choose to move into this time of centering. I will utilize this month's affirmation. This is the last Sunday of the month, so it'll change, and I'll encourage you to just check in with yourself to make a determination as to whether or not this has resonated with you this month and what it has done for you. This month's affirmation, let it serve as a mantra during this time right here and right now, this time of meditation. The affirmation is this: I listen to the inner voice of divinity, and I am always guided in perfection. I listen to the inner voice of divinity, and I am always guided in perfection. I invite you to sit with that for a moment. Allow yourself to resonate with those words for a moment. Simply allow. Allow the deepest recognition that infinite divine creativity is present right here and right now by means of each and every one of us, by means of all that is. I listen
to the inner voice of divinity, and I am always guided in perfection. Allow yourself to center into that for just a few moments. I listen to the inner voice of divinity, and I am always guided in perfection. The love of God, it is my life. I am loved. I am strong. I am strong. The strength of God, it is my life. I am strong. I am healed. I am healed. The love of God, it is my life. I am healed. I am loved. Thank you. Laura, would you help me out, please? Thank you. Grateful to have you here as always. Laura's helping me out with this ceremony, this ritual that we engage in every week called Lighting the Flames of Faith. And in this, what we are doing is honoring all faith traditions, all religious ideologies, all spiritual paths of the world, with the recognition that each and every one of them is rooted in love. And so for each candle that we light, this is what we are knowing. And so we light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the divine will of love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. And this final candle we light is a candle which represents the healing of any circumstance that requires divinity to be revealed, for that is the true nature of healing, the revelation of the divine, the God essence, the creative source in all experiences. So this is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. Thank you. The candle to your left is the peace candle, and we keep the peace candle consistently illuminated with this understanding that its consistent illumination is reflective and metaphorical to the consistent illumination of peace in our own hearts. That as we keep that light of peace alive in our hearts, that it radiates from our physical presence and it affects the world. And so peace is a given when we radiate that peace that is alive within our hearts. So let's read together the prayer for world peace in honor of this notion. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established, and peace begins to reign in the world. And peace is something I think we can all use today after this past week. And that's what drew me to want to sing this particular song today.
To all those who say that peace is just a fantasy, that people are born to disagree, I say start by bringing peace to your own family and watch it spread beyond where you can see. To all those who say our differences are far too great, that people always need an enemy, I say start by bringing love to your community and then change the way you think about everyone you see, 'cause peace is possible when we sing our song together. Peace is possible when we let love lead the way. Peace is possible when we reach out to each other. Peace is possible today. To all those who say the world's too big for me to change, that one little life can't matter much, I say we all have the power of the universe, and all we have to be is the change we wish to see. 'Cause peace is possible when we sing our song together. Peace is possible when we let love lead the way. Peace is possible when we reach out to each other. Peace is possible today. And if I'm dreaming, what a wonderful dream to share. Let's keep dreaming, 'cause reality's waiting there. And peace is possible when we sing our song together. Peace is possible when we let love lead the way. Peace is possible when we reach out to each other. Peace is possible today. Peace is possible when we sing our song together. Peace is possible when we let love lead the way. Peace is possible when we reach out to each other. I know peace is possible today. I know peace is possible today. I know peace is possible today. And there you have it. Peace is possible. Peace is possible. Thank you. Thank you. I'm hesitating just off the top here because I have a lot going through my mind. First of all, with all the events that have unfolded this past week, I need to acknowledge something because I feel like we're at such a flashpoint in our country right now, in the United States, that feels a little challenging for me, that this is what I need to acknowledge. I want to acknowledge that we record, right now we're recording our services on Saturdays and then airing them on Sundays, and I actually have a fear. Yes, I'm going to admit it. I have a fear that something will happen between the time we record this and the time it airs on Sunday that may be something that you might expect me to address on a Sunday morning if it happens. And so if that is the case, this is the middle of the day on Saturday. That's the first thing I just need to acknowledge. This is where I'm going to start today. I'm going to start with just saying that I have been very challenged by the events that have unfolded this week. I'm really, I'm at a loss for how I can approach my experience of this world in many ways, and I am looking for something.
Ministers also seek. We are also seeking. We are seeking the good. We are seeking the love. We are looking for that golden thread of love that is at the core of all creation, whether that creation is seemingly challenging or not. There is a golden thread of love at the core of all of it. And I believe, this is what I believe that we are the point at which all of this can shift. I hold firm to that truth. But I fear that we have allowed ourselves to give in to what I will refer to as an addiction. We have allowed ourselves to give into the addiction of allowing repeating patterns of destruction, allowing repeating patterns of disenfranchisement, allowing repeating patterns of challenge. We are allowing these repeating patterns to persist in our lives, and we are hoping that something will change. That we're hoping that something will change. But here's the thing. We, each and every one of us, you, I, we are each and every one of us the point for change to unfold. The only way to make change is to engage. And I will admit, I am absolutely 100% guilty of being involved with this pattern that we are experiencing right now. Because in some ways, it is easier to disassociate, to watch everything happen on a screen and say, well, that's at a distance. That is somewhere else. I'm not involved with that. But the thing is, if I don't change my own life, how do I expect anything to change? I have lived through this pattern. I have deemed it other people's work. And it's not because I don't care, but because I've also fought my own battles. I have lived in fear for my life. I have lived, those of you who are familiar with Tucson, which is going to be a lot of people who watch online, I have lived in fear when I first came out. I lived in fear when I would go down on 4th Avenue, and there's a bar down there that I used to go to. Yes, I used to go to bars. Not so much anymore. But I used to go to bars, and the thing is, it was a bar for gay people, and I would come out of that bar at the end of a night, and I would fear because I would be threatened by people driving by. I have been chased down 4th Avenue with people threatening physical violence upon me just because of who I am. Now, the thing is, I get to hide behind the fact that I am a white male in this society, and I can pass. But I think about the people that can't pass, that live every day within their own skin and are threatened with violence, and it makes me sick. But on some level, if I am not actively engaged in changing the system, if I have deemed it other people's work, then I am just as much to blame for the system remaining the same as it is, and I am complicit in that addiction. My battle has given me strength, and I have used that strength for others. I have gone out. I've done protests. I have done those things. I have marched. I've never engaged in violence. That's something that I do draw the line at personally. I will never engage in violence because here's the thing. If violence is perpetrated on me, the answer is not violence. The answer is love. Today is a really hard day for me. I've offered my thoughts in the past. In fact, just last week, I offered my thoughts on isms and phobias. Last week, I said, knowing the truth of who we are, really acknowledging and living that truth eliminates all isms and phobias. The thing is, it is active work to understand and to live that truth, to know who we are, to remember that we are this infinite divine power, and that there is no thing out there that is separate from us, puts us all in that place of equality, that place of equity. To know who we are naturally eliminates isms and phobias because I cannot fear the person I see out there when I recognize and know that they are the face of God. That's what I hold to. I believe that. When I truly know who I am, when I truly know that I am not separate from anything, I cannot think of any other as lesser. There is no less than. There is no greater than. There is only love. Now, I have a voice. I have a loud voice. I do. I have a loud voice. And I can use that voice, and I choose to use that voice to combat ignorance. I use that voice to challenge systems of injustice. We are in a unique position. I just want to be really clear that we are in a unique position as a community of faith, because here's what I have recognized as I have done my own research and looked at the history of this country, of this world. It is pretty much consistently communities of faith that have historically been the catalyst for social change more readily than political institutions. Now, it is not to say that we should not be involved in the politics of it, and I'm not getting into a big old political debate or telling you which side of any issue to vote on or which candidate to vote on, but what I am saying is become involved, guided by your faith. What can we do as a community of faith? What can we do? It is my belief that that is the question we should always be asking. What can we do? Never what can't we do? Why can't I engage? Why can't I do something? It is what can I do? The work is in what can be done, never in our excuses. When I relegate myself to the notion that there is nothing I can do, and I've done that. I have done that. I am operating from impotence and a belief in being less than. If I am, as we teach, the infinite power and presence of the divine, then I am emboldened in myself to live the truth of my being. I can never be inactive in that construct. I can never live a life that is inactive or taking a back seat. I can actively engage in being the love, being the peace, being the light that I wish to experience and see in this world. When I am rooted in the truth of my being, I am called upon to act constructively in service to the whole. Knowing who I am means that I recognize beyond a shadow of a doubt that Black lives matter, love is love, women's rights are human rights, no human being is illegal. I can't speak to the experiences of fears that other people face, but I know that when I look upon my fellow people in the world, my fellow human beings in the world, that I am a reflection of them and they are a reflection of me. And so in that recognition, how can I be anything other than rooted in compassion and love? I can speak to the fear that I have personally faced, my fear of physical violence. I can speak to that. The fear of not being protected by authorities, I can speak to that. But it is not about me. It's about deeply moving to that place of understanding that when someone else is treated with disrespect, it is a reflection of the degree to which I allow that disrespect to unfold. If it is in my sphere, if I observe something within my sphere, it becomes mine. It becomes mine. I own it. And it is my decision whether or not I do something about it. But I would like to encourage all of us to use our faith in a way that says, yes, it is mine to do what is mine to do in this world. You may be asking yourself this question: how is this spiritual? Is this appropriate for a Sunday? What's the lesson here? And it really is this: search your heart for what is yours to do. Search your heart for what is yours to do. We are endowed with the power of God because there is nothing that is separate. We are endowed with the infinite divine power of creation because there is nothing that's separate. We need not ask the question, how can God allow injustice when we are God? We shouldn't be asking that question, because I get asked that question. How can God allow such a thing to happen? It is for forgetting that that is who and what we are. The actual question must be, how can we allow injustice? If it is in our sphere of awareness, it is for us to do something. That is divine right action. That is divine right action. Divine right action is rooted in the notion that it is rooted in the notion that what we need to do is expressing more of God's nature in everything, in our entire experience of life. We must be expressing more of God's nature. That nature is love. That nature is light. That nature is life. That nature is peace. The nature is power. That nature is beauty. That nature is wisdom, and the like. God's nature is our nature. And we have been given this magnificent gift of choice where we can either align ourselves with that nature or depart from it. And I fear too many of us have departed from it. So I choose today to align myself more with love, light, life, peace, power, beauty, wisdom, joy. And know that when I am rooted in that centered space of awareness, when these attributes, when I recognize that these are our core attributes, when I know that and I live that, then I am impelled into action in life to do the right thing. God has taken on unique individualized form as each and every one of us. So let us choose today to root ourselves in this notion and act accordingly. That is the ultimate act and expression of love. Love, the self-givingness of the infinite spirit to itself for the purposes of creation. That is what love is. And when we are actively engaged in allowing that love to flow forth from within each and every one of us into expression in our lives, that is when peace becomes possible. That is when we embrace our fellow human being with the understanding that there is no separation. Let the nature of the divine actively pour through you. That is what I encourage each and every one of us today. Imagine the whole of the cosmos stretched out above and around you. Right here, right now, you are tuned into the divine. Let us keep the divine circuits unencumbered. The reality of God is your center. Ours is an infinitely unfolding journey of awakening to that magnificence. The magnificence of the divine pouring through and expressing as each and every one of us. That is our unfolding journey. And part of our work, I believe, is to illuminate others, to be that light, to allow our light to shine to such a degree that it affects the entire world and the light of love spreads forth. To embolden others to divine right action in their lives, supporting the good of the whole, without exception. That is our work to do, and I can tell you that it is our work to do because it is my work to do. You are in my sphere, and so my work becomes your work, and your work becomes my work, and that is how we change this world so that we can live a richer, fuller, more aligned life in spiritual truth. And that will always be limited to the degree that we turn away from others' suffering. If we turn away from others' suffering, we are limiting our own experience of life. Our work must become to spread the light of love, to spread the light of truth, and to eliminate to the degree that we can anyone else's suffering. And teach this lesson, that in the face of any challenge, and challenge is simply a perception truly, in the face of any challenge, there is always a solution, and that solution is innate wholeness. Change comes through action. Action which is the result of thought, which is the result of belief, and activated through feeling. You are not a single one of us, no single one of us is relegated to live the life of the observer. You can change the world. Because one alone in consciousness with the infinite constitutes a complete majority. Here's the question: what will you choose to do as a trustee of this divine power? Who will you choose to be? How will you choose to stand up? If it is in your awareness, it becomes your responsibility. Stand up now. In fact, everyone who's in the room, stand up right now. Raise your hands and allow yourself to say, I need you to move over to the left, thank you. As we stand here and allow ourselves to take in the power of the divine, recognizing that we are a divine circuit, I invite you to repeat after me. I am open and receptive to the truth. My entire being is a reality of God. God is that which I am. I live and act in accordance with my highest spiritual truth. In accordance with my highest spiritual truth. I bless and am a blessing to the world. Bring your hands together. Just allow that moment. Allow that feeling. Check in with the still small voice to see if it is in alignment with the phrases you have just uttered. Check in. Know that you are a point of power for the change that is required for this world to become the place of peace that is promised. That is the nature of the divine. And so I choose today to stand up. I choose today to be the light. I choose today to be open and receptive to the truth that my entire being, the entire being of every single person I encounter, that it is a blessing to the world because it is divine. It is God. And that is the truth. Namaste. Having this moment of thinking that was a very different talk for me that I've given here. And I just have this image of everybody in their homes, and I'm trusting everybody was in their homes. Allowing that. Now to reflect on any kernel of truth that has resonated within your beingness, any idea you can walk away with. Let that be fully present in your heart right here and right now. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender. Let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Now and evermore. Hold on to this. Thank you. I'm going to encourage you to bless Unity of Tucson with an offering, a donation this morning, knowing that as you donate, you are supporting the work of being the light. That is what I am here to do, to shine the light, to encourage each and every one of us to be the light, and that with your support, we can proliferate this message that all people are the light, that all people are valuable, that all people matter. You can make a contribution by clicking or going to unitytucson.com and clicking the contribution link on the page there. You can phone in your card by calling the office during regular office hours, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4. You can also send in a check. All of that information is in the description of today's video. Why do we give? Well, we give because we do want to be here. And it is a recognition and an acknowledgement that we are in that infinite circulation, and when we keep the flow going, when we understand that money is God in action, it encourages that in our own lives as well. So let's read together the divine givingness statement to support our activity of giving today. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to my spiritual center, knowing that it goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, and returns to me multiplied abundantly. I thankfully acknowledge God as my source.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
Here are your announcements.
Good morning, everyone. Here are your Unity of Tucson announcements for Sunday, May 31st, 2020. Bears in the Chairs is happening now. Participate in our annual event to collect new and unwrapped stuffed animals, which we will then donate as a community to Aviva, an agency supporting youth as they transition into foster care. While our activities continue to be virtual, you can drop off a stuffed animal during regular office hours. We will continue to collect stuffed animals until the end of July. As always, don't forget to join us online for midweek spiritual practice, streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Get your midweek pick-me-up and a reminder of your inner truth every Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Prayer requests are always accepted by sending an email to prayer@unitytucson.com. Don't forget that the activity of requesting what you need is the first step towards healing. The links for all of our virtual offerings can be found at unitytucson.com. Keep an eye out on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube to keep up with everything that's going on. Thank you for being here and sharing your magnificence with us.
Thank you, Darwin, for the announcements. I do want to offer my gratitude, of course, as always, to everybody who made today's service possible. I want to say thank you to Wally and my father, Don, for engaging and doing the tech stuff for us to make sure that we're able to do this virtual thing. I want to say thank you to Laura for lighting the candles and holding the consciousness of the room. Always grateful to you. I want to say thank you to Linda and the band for all you bring to this experience and to my life. So grateful for you. And I want to say I'm really grateful to you for being present here today and for allowing yourself to be rooted in this consciousness of love, because that's really what we stand for. I know that today might have been a challenging experience or a challenging talk. And I want to encourage you, if you have things that you would like to talk about, you can always reach out to me. We do have our Zoom call after the celebration today, and you can actually chat with me live if you feel inclined. The link for that is in the description of this video. But I want us to keep an open conversation about the ways that we can approach life from a point of view of love and really, truly live the vision of awakening humanity to its magnificence, because that is what I am holding to always. As we complete our time here, I'm going to invite you to share with me the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And so it is. Amen. Now there is peace on earth, for it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Thank you, God, for peace on earth, for it has begun with me. Well, it's an idea whose time has come. A new generation decides as one. Of the same small planet we are born. It's never been so obvious before. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I. The future of history is crystal clear. The borders between us will disappear. Of the same small planet we are born, and there's no foreign country
free anymore. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air. We breathe the same air. Make it a magnificent week, everyone. Namaste.